Hello, my name is Ian Morales, and this is my touch-up reaction assignment video. So, uh, question one, describe in detail what you saw in the videos and share your opinion about what you experienced. Um, Basically, what I saw in these videos was like extreme photo editing of like faces and bodies completely changing than what they normally are just by edits. Another thing I saw was like celebrities having full-time like retouchers, and that like nothing gets released ever without edits. Um, I also saw the regular guys or the try guys being photoshopped too, and also looking pretty fake. And I guess I just felt like overwhelmed seeing how fake social media really is. Like I knew it was fake, but not to this extent. Um, okay, question two: share at least one thing you found interesting in video one. Um, One thing I found interesting was the retoucher saying that they could change any body part, like longer neck, bigger lips, smaller waist, and like etc. Um, I guess I just found it kind of insane how easy it is to like really create a different version of somebody, And even the fact that they said that like through edits you could take like 10 years off of your age. Question three, share at least one thing you found interesting in Photoshop Effect Part 2 or Video 2. Yeah, uh, one thing I found interesting was the idea of putting warning labels on photos that have been edited. Um, Also, like the way they reference or like they referred to it as like uh, putting health warnings on cigarettes, but like obviously it won't stop people, but it will raise awareness like nonetheless. Um, and yeah, that was basically it for video two. Um, Question four: share at least one thing you found interesting and the regular guys get Photoshop. Um, One thing I found interesting was when one of the guys opened up about how like body image issues, which isn't something men usually talk about, um, or like that's what he said, which is true. Um, Basically, I guess the reason why I found it so interesting is that like it shows that Photoshop doesn't just pressure like affect women now like what most people always think, but guys also deal with it too, whether that be uh, just silently, like we don't really say it, which is true. um Question five: how did the videos make you feel, and what did it make you think? Honestly, these videos kind of made me feel a little like sad and a little frustrated because it just kind of makes you realize how fake media images really are and how we compare ourselves. I mean, like, um, I could speak for myself on this, like how you could compare yourself to something that's unattainable. Like, it's not natural. It's literally not natural. These are edited people. Yet we're still like trying to like become these people. Like, it's impossible. Um, I don't know. I guess it just kind of reminded me how powerful visuals can be, uh, even when uh, we know they're fake, but they're still powerful nonetheless. Question six: what is the effect on you and others in our society? Um, I feel like this Photoshop, like these Photoshop trends, um, not only affect self-esteem and like mental health in both women but also in men. Um, I also believe that it kind of makes people feel like they're like not good enough. If this is like someone, this is like like whatever image they looked at and they're trying to attain it, it's impossible to attain. Um, which is always going to lead back to them not feeling good enough. Like, um, I also believe that it could lead to like disorders, body shame, um, and people obsessing over looks, which is also like, which is I've seen, and also kind of experienced as well, where when you're trying to reach the unattainable, you kind of do some extreme things um, that you think will make you jump that final step, but it doesn't really because it's Photoshop. It's you literally can't. Question seven: is it ethical? Personally, I don't really think it's ethical to use Photoshop when it's used specifically to sell or to make people feel bad. Um, I believe like touching up on lighting or like small like blemishes is fine, but full body changes are just misleading, especially if you're using it for like commercially. Especially, you know, because you never know what the audience is, like whether they're young or like impressionable. That's when I don't think it's ethical, because these people are very susceptible to um, like the effects. Okay, question 8. Were you aware of how prevalent Photoshop actually is? Um, I knew Photoshop was used generally, but I never knew that 99.9% of everything in magazines was altered. That's the part that like really shocked me, because it kind of makes you wonder if anything you see in the ads is real. Um, and it basically just like opened my eyes to how normal this like editing trend basically has become. Question 9: have you ever photoshopped a picture for yourself or someone else? Um, and why did you do it? Personally, I've used filters and light editing on myself, like, you know, like stuff like clearing acne or changing the brightness or like the saturation in like a video or a photo. Um, but personally, the reasoning why I did it was honestly like just to make it look a little better, especially like when I'm gonna post on social media, it's gonna become permanent to like my figure. Um, but I've never used it to the extent of like converting myself to look like a whole different person or with like a whole different body. That is something I've never done. Um, and I will probably never do in the future unless something drastic happens. Uh, but yeah, no, I've never used Photoshop like this before. Only on acne. But yeah, that is all. Thank you.